I've been asked the question of how it is going here at General Conference in the beautiful city of Tampa. It is, it's a question that's rather hard to wrap my mind around because I have found this to be an amazing, exhilarating experience. 988 delegates have come together with many hundreds and hundreds of other people, translators, volunteers, church officials, our Episcopal leaders, all kinds of people connected with the United Methodist Church have come together. And all of these imperfect people have come together, and somehow God is using all of us to bring about God's will for the church. And that is something that I trust, and I have to trust deeply, because I think to participate in this process requires a lot of faith. There are hills and there are valleys. And at the times that I have been in the valleys, as we have dealt with legislation that has turned out in ways that I found disappointing, those times in the valleys, I've had to trust that somehow God is using this imperfect process and this group of imperfect people to bring us to the place that we need to be as a church. There are a variety of issues that are being dealt with here, from social issues around human sexuality and abortion to issues that will affect the functioning of our denomination for decades to come. We had the wonderful, wonderful privilege and honor of being elected as the chair of the subcommittee that dealt with issues around reproductive choice, namely the issue around abortion. And I have to say that my service on that committee was extremely difficult, but an extremely and incredibly enriching experience for which I will be forever grateful. It was a committee that was very much split along ideological lines, very much split. People came into the committee session with very, very strong opinions on one side or the other. And we went through a process over the course of days of sharing with each other our stories, trying to get behind the agendas and behind the opinions and behind the ideological differences to see the heart of the other person, and then to begin to shape legislation that would express what was behind all the stuff that we brought in there and what was really in our hearts. We struggled with one another. I think we, in some ways, wrestled with God around some issues, because issues around reproductive choice are not simple issues. It's not simply whether or not you are pro-life or pro-choice. As we begin to see how nuanced this issue is and how complex it is. And I think that we shaped a piece of legislation that allows for some complexity and allows for some nuance. This is a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I am just so privileged and honored to have been sent by the West Michigan Annual Conference. It is such a wonderful thing to be here. It's a beautiful day in Tampa, and I think that's all I have to say now.